It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see Bryce Young. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Panthers and the Hawks next on EA Sports.
From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. One of the Panthers' big offseason acquisitions. Here's Miles Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout here, as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Opposite, read, check, pink.
Here's Young. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Come on, stay.
Now Young. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with. It's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
The numbers for Sanders last week: 16 carries, 61 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Ready. Ready.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And he slides and covers up at the end, as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw, Young. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
That is caught. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
Hoping to get rid of that interception ball. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
They run with a second-year man. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Seahawks are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On second down, it's Walker. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Great pickup by Walker. It was the second back off the board in the 2022 draft. But he was first among rookies in carries, yards, and touchdowns, and was the Rookie of the Year runner-up.
Now Geno on first down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Geno. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The play fake. Now Young. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Striker, 3-3.
First down, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now a 2nd and 6. It's Young off play action. And this one is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. We'll get a look here at the Seahawks picks from the 2023 draft. They were one of 4 teams to make a pair of first-round selections this year. And the general consensus, CD, they did pretty darn well with both of them.
I'll say, partner, and also say this. Seattle, we're used to...
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Hey, let's go Wednesday, on Wednesday.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. DK Metcalf. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you get people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. This offense returns to the field. And the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far.
Ready.
2nd down, back to Sanders. The 71 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Nice run from Sanders to accomplish a couple of long-awaited firsts last season in Philadelphia. Finally broke 1,000 yards and had 11 touchdowns to help reach his first Pro Bowl.
Ready, ready. Set, huh?
It's Young on 1st down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Forced out to his left. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Black, yellow. Black, block. Check right.
Young. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Sanders. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Once again with Sanders. And this time he is in. Yes. Miles Sanders, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Holding, receiving team.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Automatic first down.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Let's take it inside his own 40. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. First and 10, Young. For Marshall, that's complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To throw, Young. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Now Young. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
In that first half, we saw the veteran Miles Sanders doing his thing. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Third down and 10.
Now 3rd and 10.
Smith now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with the struggles they've had putting points on the board, he's the one who's had the breakthrough, trying to find him again for another one to try and add to their total.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, Young. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Young is set to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Young. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Young now from the 50. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses are always trying to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
And this punt sails over the sideline, And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get no chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Second down, Young. Left side here to Sanders. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and dropped shy of the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Ready?
Young on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They go play action. Young. It's caught by Sanders. Able to slither by. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Young working out of the gun. And once again, this is Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Young now. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Young to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst from 3 yards out. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. A shotgun snap for Smith.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10, Smith again. And Walker has it. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
From the 50, it's Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Smith's going to throw it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he will have a Panther 1st down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
Here we go.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Carolina.
Another run with Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.